Good evening. At first at 11, a Hillsborough family is asking for help after someone stole a mobility chair their 8-year-old son counts on just to be able to get around. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm David Molko. Alma McCarty's in the newsroom with our top story. Alma?
David, the parents of Ryan Mascoro say leaving the chair, a sort of adaptive stroller, outside last Thursday was purely an accident. Now they're asking for help.
It was really disappointing. Really devastating. I was in shock.
Ryan and Heidi Mascoro still puzzled over why someone would take this chair, a mobility stroller for their 8-year-old son.
I can't imagine somebody stealing a mobility device, especially when it's so obviously fitted for a child. And it's so hard because it was customized to him.
They say they accidentally left the chair outside their Hillsborough apartment Thursday night.
I just, for whatever reason, assumed that she had gone back down, because we usually keep it in the trunk instead of calling up here and put it in the trunk. She thought that I had done that, and then the next morning realized it was gone.
They say this loss is limiting, since the mobility chair really allows Ryan to get out and get around.
Little Ryan can walk short distances, and he will. He can jump around in his own way. He doesn't have good balance, but he can move. But the thing is, when he hits that wall, which is, we never know exactly how far it's going to be, but it's never more than a few blocks, it's done.
As Hillsborough police investigate this theft, Ryan's mom and dad hope that whoever took the chair returns it.
Theft is always wrong, but at the same time, I can have sympathy to people having, financial issues. I understand that 100%, and I don't want to see anyone get in trouble. I know desperation can do strange things to people, but if they just bring it back, that would solve a lot of problems.
In Hillsborough, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Well, hopefully they're paying attention. In an update, a judge has sentenced the second of 2 suspects involved in the shooting death of a Gresham teenager. Ty Sage pleaded guilty to manslaughter and robbery as part of a plea deal, one that means he will serve 15 years in prison. Sage admitted to his involvement in the death of 15-year-old Logan Ivy, seen in these photos at a Gresham apartment complex in 2021. Prosecutors say Sage went to the apartment to buy guns and drugs from Ivy, but actually planned to rob him. Then the other man, Kevin Rivas Ramirez, shot Ivy. Here's the victim's mother following sentencing.
My feelings is it's some sort of justice for my son. I don't think that I will ever personally have closure for the situation, but other people can start healing and feel some sort of justice that has been served.
Some sort of justice. Rivas Ramirez, the other suspect, was sentenced to 10 years in prison in December after pleading guilty to robbery and manslaughter, also as part of a plea deal. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now. A man in North Portland is facing charges for allegedly attacking a police officer. This was late Thursday around 11:30 when a woman called saying a man had broken into her home with her children inside. Police found the suspect near Overlook Park and say that is when he fought back, hitting the officer in the face with a rock.
Not afraid of you, pig! Put it down! I'll kill you! Put it down! I'll kill you! No, you won't! This I will! I'll kill you! Don't punch me again!
Video shows the officer was able to detain the suspect until other police showed up to help. The Vancouver woman accused of participating in a child sex abuse ring along with her husband has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Anna Mae Hartley was arrested last week and faces charges of child molestation and trafficking in the first degree. Prosecutors say Anna knew her husband, Chad Hartley, had what they called sexual interest in the underage victim. Chad is also charged with child trafficking as well as child molestation. And the teenager accused of pulling a gun on another driver in an incident that was caught on camera has now pleaded not guilty to unlawful use of a weapon. Police say 19-year-old Junior Reyes Galindo pointed a handgun at a woman after she honked at him while he was driving erratically. Officers say they recovered a gun when they arrested the suspect. He's due back in court in July. Okay, let's switch to a live look over the Rose City on this Monday night after a day that, finally felt like mid-May again. Matt, it sounds like the warmer weather is sticking around.
Yeah, it is. It's going to warm up as we go through the week. We had a great sunset tonight from our Vancouver Skycam looking back across Portland at the West Hills. Some scattered high clouds. That was it. But a great display of the color out there. Hope you enjoyed the sunset. And we have many, many more to look forward to throughout the entire week ahead as we stay clear through the week. Now, I want to go back up to Timberline. It's clear. You can see a couple stars out there, right? It's chilly. Temperatures holding in the 30s right now, and it's been a cool day. Cool couple days up there, 36 degrees. But look, over the weekend, they picked up 11 inches of new snow. Kind of nice to see that. And it was cold in the valleys this morning, 41 McMinnville, Portland 49. We will be chilly again tomorrow morning too. But the clear, cool nights will continue. They'll get a little warmer each night. Sunny, warm days continue through the week and into the Memorial Day weekend. The reason I have a question mark there is because on Monday, we may end the long weekend with some showers in parts of Oregon. We'll let you know which parts in a bit, David.
Okay, can't wait for that. Thanks, Matt. Yes, we are less than an hour away from Election Day, with drop boxes set to close at 8 p.m. sharp tomorrow. Get those ballots in and avoid the mail. We'll explain why. On the ballot, the race for Oregon governor and a GOP primary race with more than a dozen candidates. 14's the number statewide. We've also got Measure 120. That's the gas tax increase referendum, adding 6 cents per gallon, boosting registration and title fees, all to fund transportation. It's something Republicans forced onto the ballot and that Democrats wanted to repeal. And there are a long list of local tax measures from Tiger to Clackamas County, plus commissioner races, even the top job in Washington County. Oregon's top elections official, Secretary of State Tobias Reed, stopping by KGW to talk about election integrity, given the president has signed an executive order asking Homeland Security to create voter rolls, something Oregon and other states have called unconstitutional and are challenging in court. Reed pointing out that process does not impact tomorrow's primary, and above all, Oregon's vote-by-mail elections are secure.
All you got to do is think about all the steps that are involved. In order to get a ballot, you have to prove your identity and your citizenship. Then the ballot comes to you. It's barcoded, so we know where it's going. We know when it's coming back. If you've lost your ballot or you made a mistake, you need another one, you can get another one. But that second one has a barcode too, and it invalidates the first one, so no one is voting more than once. The ballot comes in. We're checking the signatures on the envelopes to make sure that the right person cast that ballot and signed that envelope. Then multi-partisan teams are looking at the ballot to make sure that it's accurately reflecting the voter's intent. But please, make sure you fill in the bubble. Don't, circle it or write an arrow to it. Follow the directions.
If you have not dropped off your ballot, haven't filled it out, officials say use any official drop box. It doesn't have to be in your county. Remember, ballots have to be in those boxes by 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Do not, officials say, attempt to mail it in, since postmark delays mean it likely will not be counted. All right, after you vote, join us for complete coverage as the results come in. I'll be here along with our team of reporters and expert panelists to break down what it all means as we gear up for a big November election. It's Tuesday at 8 on KGW Plus, a very easy download anytime on Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. New tonight, the world's first sports bar to exclusively broadcast women's sports is offering fans a way to buy in to the movement and the moment, perhaps. Catherine Cook talked with the owner on a night the Portland Fire won no less about their latest crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah, David, crowdfunding is what got the sports bra going in the first place. This time, they are going for an even bigger goal. They're expanding, and the financial goal is much, much more impressive.
This year, revenue from women's sports is expected to top $3 billion. That's a 25% jump over last year, and a wave the sports bra founder Jenny Nguyen is happy to be riding.
Women's sports bars are a part of that, and we know that we were the first to market as a women's sports bar.
The sports bra opened in 2022. Since then, it's supported women's sports in Portland and beyond. They're planning franchise expansions in 5 other cities, including Boston and St. Louis, plus a second Portland location on the west side. Nguyen says all of that takes money, and they're trying to raise $1.2 million of it through a new crowdfunding campaign.
It harkens back to how we got started.
They're calling it Own a Piece of the Bra. Minimum investment, $250. For most people, Nguyen admits the return on that investment will be purely emotional, but one she says will further fuel the movement of women's sports.
It's not just women's sports fans that come to the sports bra, but it's people who are craving a space where they feel seen, represented, and just fun. And those folks, when they come, they may not have been a sports fan before, but they definitely leave a sports fan.
As of tonight, the sports bra has raised around $54,000. They're hoping to reach their $1.2 million goal by August 4th.
An emotional return on investment. I guess it depends on how much you donate, right? Thanks, Catherine.